Hi guys, all right, time to talk about the challenge. So, with the promise of the beggar that, oh, Odysseus will be home in one crescent moon, Penelope says, okay, I've got to figure out some way to stall and buy some time, and also keep these suitors from taking me from my own house. She says, okay, suitors, I'm issuing a challenge to all of you. And whoever can complete this challenge, I'll marry you because it'll prove that you're strong and worthy and just as good as my old husband. So now you'll be just as worthy for my city. So I'm going to show you kind of what it was. There we go. So her challenge is, sorry, it's kind of blurry, but we'll live. Odysseus had this great bow. It was amazing, like the best kind of bow you could have. I'm pretty sure it was blessed by the gods. And it had such a strong pull. Like it was so hard to bend it over. Let me grab my prop. I'll be right back. So while this may look like an ordinary lightsaber, it is not. It's actually a bow. Amazing. So when you have a really strong bow, it's not bent over if it's unstrung. So she's saying, all right, you men need to take this bow and string it so they have to bend it really strong. Like it's really hard to bend. Bear with me. So bend it and then string it so there'd be a string from like here to here. And so that way it'd be the bow. And then you need to notch an arrow in the bow and you have to let it fly through, and looking at our picture, these 12 axe heads. And like there's kind of a debate about what the axe heads were they hollow, were they this and that. I'll show you an image in a second. But I'm sorry, a video. But basically she was like, if you can string the bow, fire the shot through the axe heads, then you'll be worthy because I know my husband could. And so we'll see how you do. So they all try and it's not going too well. Here's what the book has to say for us.
The challenge. Pressed by the suitors to choose a husband from among them, Penelope says she will marry whoever can string Odysseus's bow and shoot an arrow through 12 axe-handle sockets. The suitors try and fail. Still in disguise, Odysseus asks for a turn and gets it.
So first off, like they're trying, and this bow is so hard to bend. Like they are struggling to get this bow bent so they could actually properly string it. They can't do it. And this old beggar dude's like, oh, hey, mind if I get a shot? And we'll get some very lovely insults. Here we go.
And Odysseus took his time, turning the bow, tapping it, every inch, for borings that termites might have made while the master of the weapon was abroad. The suitors were now watching him, and some jested among themselves. A bow lover, dealer in old bows. Maybe he has one like it at home, or has an itch to make one for himself. See how he handles it, the sly old buzzard. And one disdainful suitor added this. May his fortune grow an inch for every inch he bends it.
So Odysseus is, checking. He needs to make sure nothing bad has happened to his bow that could have compromised it while he was gone. So he's just looking at it, turning it every which way. And the suitors are heckling this old beggar man. And they have all these insults, which like bow lovers, not that creative, dealer in old bows. My favorite insult is maybe he has one like it at home because this is a homeless beggar man. And so it's not, but like I do think that's the funniest insult. And the disdainful suitor adds, may his fortune grow an inch for every inch he bends it, because like he doesn't even have any fortune.
But the man skilled in all ways of contending, satisfied by the great bow's look and heft, like a musician, like a harper, when with quiet hand upon his instrument he draws between his thumb and forefinger a sweet new string upon a peg. So effortlessly Odysseus in one motion strung the bow, then slid his right hand down the cord and plucked it. So the taut gut vibrating hummed and sang a swallow's note.
So, epic simile alert. We have Odysseus. He is looking at the bow, and it says, like a musician, like a harper, at line 1373. When, with a quiet hand upon his instrument, he draws between his thumb and forefinger the sweet new string upon a peg, so effortlessly Odysseus in one motion strung the bow. So, the epic simile it's comparing to how easily Odysseus strings this impossible to string bow to how a musician, like a harpist, would easily change the strings out on their instrument. It's not a problem. And then, rather than being like, haha, I could do it, you guys all suck, which kind of might be how Odysseus would have done it at the beginning, because, he loves to brag. Odysseus didn't say a word. He just held up his nicely strung bow and goes, and like makes it twang. Obviously, like, I did it, fools.
In the hush hushed hall, it smote the suitors, and all their faces changed. Then Zeus thundered overhead, one loud crack for a sign.
That's Zeus's sign that they are there and ready to help out. So now Odysseus knows it's about time.
And Odysseus laughed within him that the son of crooked-minded Cronus had flung that omen down. He picked one ready arrow from his table where it lay bare. The rest were waiting still in the quiver for the young man's turn to come. He knocked it, let it,
which means like to put it against the bow, on the string,
rest across the hand grip, and drew the string and grooved butt of the arrow, aiming from where he sat upon the stool. Now flashed arrow from twanging bow clean as a whistle through every socket ring, and grazed not one to thud with heavy brazen head beyond.
And so he did it like first try. He strung the bow and he got the arrow through the holes of the axe heads. And just to kind of show you guys like how interesting it is that like different references we have, allusions to different things. Let me get this pulled up 1 second. TSG Entertainment is like a movie company, and their logo depicts it. Here we go. So this is their logo. That's Odysseus. These are the 12 axe heads. And I have the fun debate every year with some students. Like some people, like I don't think that has enough arrows or axe heads. I don't think it has. I think it has too many. So I'll slow it down so y'all can look at it with me and kind of like let me know when we are back face to face what you think. I'll slow it down a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's just music playing. But here we go again, a little bit slower this time. Let's see how many we can count. Let's see, strings the bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I feel like there are too many. So let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I just find that kind of interesting. There we go. All right, so he's strung the bow, shot it through the arrowheads. He has the sign from Zeus that it's time. So now everyone's looking at this old beggar man, and he says.
Then, quietly, Odysseus said, Telemachus, the stranger you welcomed in your hall has not disgraced you. I did not miss. Neither did I take all day stringing the bow. My hand and eye are sound, not so contemptible as the young men say. The hour has come to cook their lordships' mutton, supper by daylight. Other amusements later, with song and harping that adorn a feast.
So basically, he's like, all right, Telemachus, still knowing who he is. I did not disgrace you. It's time to kick some booty, and after that, we'll feast and have merriment. Ha ha!
He dropped his eyes and nodded. And the Prince Telemachus, true son of King Odysseus, belted his sword on, clapped hand to his spear, and with a clink and glitter of keen bronze, stood by his chair in the forefront near his father. And
so, like, it's battling time. Telemachus is standing there. He's got his sword at the ready. Odysseus is holding this amazing bow and arrow, and the suitors don't have any weapons because remember, Telemachus hid them all. So I'll see you guys for the next story.